I want to just address the opt-in policy again and urge school board to please reconsider and change that to an opt-out policy. The opt-out policy really addresses all of our needs for parents, students, and teachers, and is really much more easy to handle, and in many ways is more inclusive than the opt-in policy. A few problems with the opt-in policy: it's very difficult to collect forms from all of the students who might need to return them. In addition, the definition of sexually explicit as defined by the Virginia Code still has ambiguities in it, and this could cause contention and confusion between parents and teachers.
What is wrong with a traditional opt-out policy? What is wrong with allowing trained professionals to choose materials for their classrooms? As a parent, I am much more concerned with what my children see on a screen than what they read in a book. The verbiage recently changed to opt-in creates an unreasonable workload for educators and very much looks like micromanagement. At a time when TikTok, Instagram, Snapchat, and the internet reign supreme in our children's lives, literature is the very least of our worries.
No small portion of this county should dictate what others have access to. Just because you don't want to read it or see it, that doesn't give you the right to deny others. Our school system is laboring to rebound from months of lost educational opportunities. Some of you keep fouling those efforts by interjection of misinformation, lies, and distortion. And it did not originate here in Amherst County. Instead of being a part of the solution, some of you are creating problems where none exists.
As I sit here today, I'm confused, trying to understand how in the world did my little small hometown get here? The answer is simple: a lack of transparency. Instead of being a board who supports our teachers who are teaching to a Virginia State Board curriculum, you have decided that parents know more than teachers and should get to opine upon lesson plans. However, when you think about it, the opposite is true. If I'm sending my child to public school, I expect my teachers and administration to ensure my child is meeting the standards to compete against other children, not only in the state of Virginia, but also in the world. If I want to control what my child is taught and opine upon weekly lesson plans, then I will homeschool my child.
We need ACPS to have your support. They are running the machine that educates our children. We can't have you disrupting that for a political agenda. Now, you have every right to object to a book in a library, just as you have every right not to read any novel if you so choose. But you do not have the right to disrupt our students' education. It's completely offensive to these principals, administrators, and teachers, as if you're imagining some kind of vast conspiracy that they're all in on. It's infuriating to myself and other parents. We don't need them wasting their time defending themselves. We need them focused on teaching the students reading.
So yes, indoctrination in Amherst schools is happening. The opt-in policy is an example to indoctrinate by limiting access to education by our board. That policy, opt-in, is the manifestation of our school board disrupting education and controlling curriculum that is endorsed by the Virginia Department of Education. It builds a wall or a structural barrier for students to have access to broad knowledge. Sounds like the voting rights era, when marginalized people and women had to jump through hoops to vote. Now the students must jump through hoops for knowledge.
Try to protect the children, but give them the freedom to learn, age appropriate.
Opt-out is still available for instructional materials that people aren't comfortable with, but that there's a new policy for sexually explicit instructional material. And it is just making certain that parents know what's there and that they get to sign off on sexually explicit according to Virginia Code.
I'm against the opt-in, and it's for this reason. My 3 children in the school system, I'm not concerned about them being taught something about that because I know these teachers. It's a message of distrust. And we are elected, and I know we're on this parental rights paradigm right now, and I'm a parent. I do not relinquish my rights to my children. But as an elected official, as a member of this board, we also oversee the school system, and there's a balance. We take the input of the parents and we make informed decisions, and we also consider this. If we don't see that we're causing this environment of distrust that we have to micromanage every single decision. There's not a single one of them come in there with malice in their heart to do something to these kids, and I'm sick of this fear that keeps getting promulgated. I didn't get elected on any party platform. I've gotten so special in the last few years, I don't affiliate with any party platform. And we've got to, at some point, come back to center and realize that there's people on both sides of the fence, and we've got to stop depriving our children.